On this episode of Retro Car Guy 530, I'll be checking out the BlackVue Cloud CM100LTE connectivity module. This allows the X series cameras from BlackVue to connect to BlackVue Cloud using power directly sourced from the camera. That way you don't have to have a separate hotspot in your vehicle or a separate power supply just for the connectivity to BlackVue Cloud. I was provided this by Pittasoft free of charge for this review, but I'm allowed to say whatever I find good or bad. So let's get into it. This video is divided into several chapters. I've listed each chapter with a time index for that chapter. If there's a chapter that interests you, jump to that time index. Or you can expand the description section of this video and use the clickable link for that video chapter. Now, let's get into the video. Here are the items included in the BlackVue Cloud connectivity module. I have the CM100LTE for North America since I'm located in California within the United States. Make sure you purchase the appropriate one for your region of the world. It does matter which one you obtain. This one will work in North America. The unit includes the connectivity module itself, the cable that runs over to the camera with a USB connector on the end of it. And in my example, I have a DR900X, which has the USB port here. Let's bring this up a little bit. You can see the connectivity port for the LTE module. It connects here, adjacent to the power port. Then we have additional adhesive pads. We have a screwdriver, which is necessary to remove the protective cap. There's a SIM card removal pin tool here. We have some cable retention clips here that allows you to route this appropriate through the vehicle. And as I caution in all my videos related to dash camera or device installation, make sure that the wiring does not run over any airbags to prevent them from operating correctly. You have the CM100LTE user guide and then the SIM activation guide. So next I'm going to show the installation of the SIM card. I do have one. One of the approved vendors here in North America is T-Mobile, and I have a SIM card from them, and I'll be installing it into the module. I'm now going to install my SIM card into this unit. I'm going to use the supplied blue handled Phillips screwdriver. I'm going to back out the screw. It does not come out of the cap, it just comes out to a certain point. And once it stops coming out, I'm going to tip the cap up a little bit and then pull it out. And in here, hopefully we can see the SIM card tray that's in here. Get a little more light on it, and then there's a little hole that the pin tool goes into to open up that tray. So I'm now going to use that to press in here to pop out that tray. Pull the tray out, and then I'm going to get my SIM card. And depending on the supplier, you may need to trim or pop out the SIM card to fit into this particular slot. Now I'm going to cover this up. It has some info on my SIM card here. Basically it fits into the tray like that. Then you slide the tray back into the unit and it should click into place. That's fully installed there. Get a little more light on that. And then you replace the cap. There's some tension clips here, so we tip that in and then use the screwdriver to secure the cover back in place. I'm now going to connect the CM100LTE connectivity module to this DR900X2 channel camera, and I'm going to accomplish that first by creating a BlackVue Cloud account, which I've already done, and then I'm going to add the camera to that account in preparation of this connecting. So let's go through. I'm going to now go into the BlackVue app and connect to the cloud, and I'm now going to add the camera. And I'm going to click on Add Camera. Now it's going to ask me to scan that QR code. I'm going to take that info from the box. It is also present on the camera itself, and that's covered by the mount at this point in time. And I'm going to allow BlackVue app to access your GPS dashcam's GPS data. I'm going to allow that. And the camera has been added successfully to the BlackVue Cloud account. I'm using the free cloud account for this particular camera, and that's covered in length in my other videos, including the one related to the DR900S camera that I reviewed about a year ago. So I now have the BlackVue 900X camera in my listing of cameras, which is, I am allowed one in this free account. So that is present. So now I'm ready to go ahead and have it actually connect. And I need to go through the steps now of getting the BlackVue Cloud connectivity module connected to the camera and enabling the SIM card information and get the APN info installed and get it up and running. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to connect the BlackVue Cloud, which I've already installed the SIM card in the previous segment. And I'm going to take the USB connection here from the cable. I've already got the power and rear camera connected. I'm going to connect it to the end of the camera here in this location. And then let's set this down here so you can watch the status LEDs. I'm holding it up on this plastic piece here to keep the front camera lens off the table down below so I don't scratch it up. So now I'm going to apply power to the camera using the power port adapter.
BlackVue for your safe driving. Starting normal recording.
Alright, we now have the Wi-Fi connection up and running, and I'm going to go.
Activate your SIM card.
So it's detected the fact that the connectivity module is connected to the camera, and it's asked us to activate the SIM card. Now let's connect to the Wi-Fi network for the camera, since it's our only connectivity path at this point in time. And the white status LED is on, so we should see that network. And go back to the home page, go to Wi-Fi, and now there's our camera. And then in the upper right hand corner here we have the SIM card information. I am using a T-Mobile SIM card here for North America, so I'm going to enter the APN information only. Enter the appropriate APN username and password for your particular carrier. So I'm going to look this up, search for T-Mobile. That will limit the list quite a bit. It's down on the bottom here, United States. T-Mobile. And then it puts in the fast.t-mobile.com APN. That's sufficient for T-Mobile. We'll click Done. SIM card activation is now complete within the app, and that should have allowed it to make a connection to the cloud. So right now, let's go back to the home screen here. I'm going to connect to my regular Wi-Fi network. We're now going to connect to the cloud, and we don't see any connectivity yet from the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and actually power cycle this. Remove power.
Powering down.
Give it a few seconds to settle. Restore power.
BlackVue for your safe driving. Starting normal recording.
The Wi-Fi network is on. When that is on, it supersedes the color for the
Cloud connected.
Alright, we are now connected on the cloud. The app has just shown that status update as well. And I'm going to go out to my notifications screen, and we can see that the BlackVue DR900X is connected. It's currently showing 2 signal strength bars on the icon for that. And we are connected over the cloud, and it's able to retrieve the thumbnails of the various files. So right now we are connected, and this would be the point where you could install it in your vehicle. I usually like testing this on a table like this, prepping for the installation. It's a lot easier to test it here rather than get everything installed and wonder what's going on and have to potentially take something out. So this has been completed successfully. You need to select an appropriate installation location in the vehicle. The BlackVue instructions state to install it in the far upper corner of the windshield away from the driver. Make sure that location complies with all local vehicle code and does not truly block the line of sight of the driver. And also, whatever location you pick, make sure that it does not block the ventilation holes from the module to allow it to dissipate any heat generated while in operation. So whatever that location is you've selected, clean and make sure it's dry, and then remove the protective film and adhere the module to that location. Then route the cable from that location over to the camera. And again, airbag caution here, don't route any cabling over an airbag. It could compromise the functionality of the airbag when being deployed. Then when you get this over to the camera, you connect this USB connection to the USB port on the camera, the X series camera, and this is a DR900X camera. And then we connect it here, plug it in there. And with that connected, you go ahead into the BlackVue app and connect to the camera over Wi-Fi, activate the SIM card, set up the appropriate APN info necessary for your SIM card and your carrier, and then configure your BlackVue Cloud settings. Here are my final thoughts on the BlackVue Cloud CM100LTE 4G LTE connectivity module for North America. I'm very pleased with its performance. I've had it installed for several weeks now, and I've had zero problems with connectivity with this particular unit. I'm using the T-Mobile carrier here in North America. I'm located in Northern California and been very pleased with the service. I've had no problems with connectivity whatsoever. Previously, I had reviewed a BlackVue DR900X 2-channel LTE camera on my channel, and I had some initial concerns about its connectivity, and after a long period of time of using that camera in my vehicle, I had a lot of problems staying connected to the BlackVue Cloud service. I ended up reporting that to BlackVue. We swapped out the camera. It still did the same thing, so it seems to boil down to the LTE connectivity module modem in that particular camera is different than the one in the CM100LTE for North America. And the one in the CM100LTE works very well in my area, had no problems whatsoever. So for me, the X series cameras with the external connectivity modules seem to be the solution and preferred solution. That way it's a future-proofing item I can upgrade the camera separate from the connectivity module, assuming they continue to offer the same connectivity, which I believe they will in the future. If you found the information in this video to be helpful, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Hit that bell notification to be notified when I upload new videos just like this one to the channel. If you decide to purchase one of these products or any dash camera related product, please consider looking in the video description section where I will have my affiliate links to Blackbox My Car or Amazon. If you use one of my affiliate links to make a purchase, my company will make a commission, but at no extra cost to you. You'll save 5% on purchases over $250 US or $300 Canadian. Make sure you check it out to save some money. Thanks for coming to my channel and checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one.